What up, Chiefs Kingdom? BJ Kissel here, back with another video. Tried it last week, tried something different, and the feedback was pretty positive. So we're going to try it again. And we didn't have a name for it, and we had branding from a social series we did last year that was called Three Plays to Love. We're going to call this series Three Plays to Love and a bunch of plays to like, or just watch over again because they're not always going to be positive. But again, this is not an X's and O's type breakdown type video. We're just kind of watching back through the all 22. I'm watching this with you. It's not every single play, but plays where something happens that I want to talk about, draw attention to, maybe start a discussion. Let me know in the comments. What you see about these plays, you see something differently than me. I'm not going to pretend to be the X's and O's guys. There's a lot of other people that can do that. But that's not to say that there's not value for the rest of us watching through the game and kind of sharing what we see, giving credit to things happening away from the ball and big plays too. So appreciate you for hanging out. That's what this video is going to be. Again, let me know in the comments how you feel. Hit the like and subscribe. We got plenty more content here on KCSN if you're a Chiefs fan. So let's get to it. All right, doesn't take long getting into this game to find a Nick Bolton highlight type plays. The third play of the game. Nick Bolton's able to beat the offensive lineman and get into the backfield for a loss of yardage. Feel like this happens again later in the game, maybe on a key fourth down. I don't know. We see him right here, shoving the lineman out of the way, creating some space, getting to the backfield, tackling Bijan Robinson, who, again, according to the notes from the Chiefs PR staff after the game, had one of his lowest outputs of his career, averaging less than 2 yards a carry in this game, as one of the best young running backs in the league. But right there, great play from Nick Bolton, shoving the lineman, making a play. Here's a fun clip of Mike Dana just being a beast. You can see him lined up on the left side of the screen at right defensive end, lined up outside of number 70 there, the left tackle. And gets off the block, makes a play, hangs on. Still gets some yardage, but nice play from Dana. I'm watching that angle again. Dana reads it well, makes him cut back inside. Great job on the outside. Justin Reed. Yeah. It's a nice play from Justin Reed to get around that block and make a play. It's a nice play. This next play right here, I think there was a miscommunication on the coverage. Again, not an X's and O's guy, but I feel like something went wrong there. Yep. Suns fantasy team is happy. Drake London. All right, we'll get right into the Chiefs offense, and this is actually the first play of the game for the Chiefs offense. It's a pretty cool design, the way they're trying to get the ball. I don't know if Rashee Rice is the first option on this play, but kind of seems that way. Cool design. It was there, but there's a lot going on with this play. But ultimately, it goes to Rashee Rice. You can see him in the bunch formation on the right side. He's on the line of scrimmage. Justin Watson goes in motion. But they roll right, and Rashee Rice kind of flashes across the middle. Don't know if he's a real option there or if that's just part of the design. And then he kind of goes up the middle towards the seam. Errant throw from Patrick Mahomes here, but you can tell where the play is going, and this would definitely be one of those chunk plays. And you see these type of leak route type routes happen often in Andy Reid's offense. But funny thing, when you watch it the second time, it's probably a penalty. I don't know. Justin Watson running it clear out here at the top, comes in, completely takes out the defensive back, leaving Xavier Worthy wide open. Play wasn't successful, wasn't going to be successful with the errant throw, but a lot going on there. This might be the laziest route in the career for Xavier Worthy. Just watch this here. He's at the bottom of the screen. He's going to take it for a gain. Yeah, one step, catch, jab, big play. So that's what speed do. Can hear it. Golden retriever in the background. Neighborhood watch. Come into our neighborhood. Benny's going to let everybody know. Oof. Quick and fast. Now here's the fourth down play. The Chiefs end up getting the first down here. This drive ultimately resulted in the interception, but this is that fourth down. See Noah Gray go into motion. The two things I want you to watch, I think I highlighted on the broadcast, but Juju Smith-Schuster being asked to block Matthew Judon, not great. It's the reason the play was as close as it was. But the only one who really makes an impact, and the reason that they got the first down at all, wasn't Noah Gray, wasn't anybody but Rashee Rice running through a tackle with Matthew Judon. But if you watch Wanya Morris at left tackle, he gets some penetration, drives the defensive guy in front of him back and actually clips the linebacker a little bit. And the way that it plays out, I'm not sure they get this without Wanya kind of throwing the guy around like he did. But I'll play it a couple of times. You watch the ball in the first one, and you see Judon come off, and then help comes. But when you watch it again and just focus on the left tackle, you can see the power that he's got when he gets his hands on the guy, drives him back, clips the linebacker. If the linebacker's not clipped, that defensive lineman doesn't give ground. I'm not sure they makes that play at all, or makes it as close as it was. Here's another angle of it. But again, Chiefs got the first down, ended up being a very close play that they challenged. But yeah, I think more help's coming if Wanya doesn't do what he did there. Here's the deep shot attempt in the end zone to Xavier Worthy. And I wonder, I don't know if he was asked about it, Freed say, but I wonder if the throw was just a little later than he wanted it to be. I'm sure there's a reason for it. But just in watching, you watch the play, it's right about here, which just one more hitch. He comes over, either throwing a little early or just use that entire open side of the field to let Xavier basically beat his guy running horizontally and just going and catching. There's nobody else over there, but just one extra hitch or getting the ball even further to the side. I like Xavier's chances of outrunning him to the side to get that ball. And here's a look at that interception. There is pressure in his face, so I wonder if he has time to step into the throw. If he gets a little more on it, doesn't float up there and have Justin Simmons able to come over, or if he just didn't see him. But here's another look at it. Definitely is not able to step into the throw. In this defensive play, I want you to keep your eyes on Shamari Connor, number 27. He's the nickel down here, lined up on Ray McLeod, shoves him back, makes the play. Ray McLeod sees him coming around the edge because I'm assuming McLeod was supposed to try and block him. Didn't stay engaged with him, so completely cut off his ability to get outside, and then had to step over him. Just a beast play from Shamari Connor, not the highlight that 27 is going to want to watch the next day either. Just watch the very next play live. Bubble, nice catch from Darnell Mooney. And the strength of Nick Bolton to just whip and throw him down. Got out in space. Guys do a good job funneling back in. I want to watch that again. I'm just watching it for the first time. Right now, you can see the defensive backs. I feel like they're fighting to the outside to force him to get back inside. You see them both fighting. Yep, allows Bolton to come. That's good team defense. It's a good job by Justin Reed and Jalen Watson right there. I want to watch that again. And both fight to the outside. Force McLeod or force Mooney to try to go inside, and then Nick Bolton's waiting. He gets his arms on you. You're going down. Nice play. We're on the Chiefs' second drive. It's actually their touchdown drive. And what I like is the physicality comes back on the next couple of plays you see right here, starting with the run from Carson Steele. And he actually takes a pretty big shot. And I think these are the types of runs. You want to take the physicality and the style of running that he brings away from him. But these are the kind of shots that he doesn't need to take shots like this. So hopefully that timer in his head or just spatial awareness will catch up because you don't want to see him take shots like this. But Carson Steele, I love the physicality. I'm going to run two plays back to back because it shows Chiefs, they're running hard. It was Carson Steele, and then it was Rashee Rice running through tackles. Justin Simmons gets a shot on Carson Steele. And on the very next play, Rashee Rice, again, shows how difficult he is to bring down. I guess all Pro Football Focus says that he's broken more tackles than any other receiver in the league right now. But you can see Carson Steele get outside, trying to stay up, physicality, and then just gets finished off by safeties and DBs waiting to hit you. And if you have a tendency to keep running hard and trying to stay up, those DBs are going to know that coming into the game, and they know they're going to get a shot just like Justin Simmons had. But Chiefs come right back, give it to Rashee Rice, puts his head down and just runs through handful of tackles to pick up the first down. Again, this is the Chiefs touchdown drive. It's key third down. It's going to be converted here in a minute that I know I'm going to talk about. But again, just a couple of back-to-back plays of just being physical. Juju on the outside, Noah Gray getting a little piece, but Rashee Rice is doing work. This next play I talked about on 10 things. It's Justin Watson. May only have a couple of catches a game, but they always seem to come in a key time. It's the play on the broadcast where Chris Collinsworth said that Mahomes pump fake like 15 times. But you can see Watson go in motion, run this route combination, gets run a lot with Andy Reid, gets along the sideline, is able to keep his feet in bounds. Again, the key conversion on third down on one of the Chiefs' only 2 touchdowns in this game. Big key third down here. And Justin Watson, as we get later into the video and we show the other touchdown to Juju on a third down, we'll see what Justin Watson did on that one, where he was directly involved in both touchdowns for the Chiefs against the Falcons. Now, and here's the touchdown from Patrick Mahomes to Rashee Rice. See, he goes in motion. Juju Smith-Schuster gets in front of the DB just enough. Turns the corner, gets a touchdown. I actually got a roughing the passer call on this as well. But touchdown, good guys. Man, he's good with the ball in his hands. Yards after the catch, running like a running back. Rashee Rice got it all. This is right after the big throw to Kyle Pitts to get him down to the goal line. They're at first and goal from like the 1 yard line. And what stands out to me about this play is that nobody's giving in on the goal line for the Chiefs defense. They end up giving up the touchdown, but they're giving everything they got. You see Nick Bolton fighting. You see the defensive lineman fighting. You see everybody putting in that extra effort, try to keep him out of the end zone. And when you hear, I think it was Antonio Pierce talking about the Raiders, some guys making some business decisions on that end. And you see Nick Bolton playing through injury in this game at different times. Where he's grabbing out his back. You've seen him making a play like that. I've seen multiple times of him blitzing, including the play right before this, where he blitzes up the middle and takes on the running back, and he generally goes for the bull rush, just tries to knock him over. Doesn't seem like a fun dude to try and block and pass pro in that kind of way, but giving everything he has every time. We see it in the second half. We see it later in this game. Defense is always locked in, and Steve Spagnuolo's got these dudes playing hard. Doesn't matter if it's first and goal from the half-yard line, and you've got the greatest quarterback to ever play on your team, and give in, let him score a little bit, save energy, and go. No, these guys are giving everything they got. It's fun to watch when you know that some human instinct could take over to have those type of thoughts. They don't let those things creep in because these dudes play hard. Next play is fun because it reminds me when I see the end zone angle of the type of play that some people, when they're breaking down film, who might not understand what they're looking at, will see like this giant hole and be like, "Why didn't he run through that hole?" If the play isn't successful. But here you see an example of Carson Steele following his blockers to get a positive run for the Chiefs. But if you look off the right side, it looks like there's this gigantic hole that's open that would close very quickly right there if he tried to go in it, but instead he followed his blockers and where the play is designed to go, and he actually finds some positive yardage. But again, imagine watching this play and it's a key moment and he doesn't get any yardage, and they freeze frame it right there and say he should have gone this way because there's this giant open hole that we know is going to close very quickly. As Thuney's block 97, Grady Jarrett would get over there, and so would the linebacker who's standing in that hole. But anyway, stood out to me. Good blocking, good play up front. I know some people laughed when Patrick Mahomes said that Travis Kelce can sometimes have 3 people on him, but you watch this play, and again, I don't know. But in watching it, Travis Kelce's lined up. See him just get a little shove. He's at the 46-ish yard line right there in the middle. Just going to the middle of the field. He sees Travis Kelce right here in the center. It's obviously got the attention of the dude right, defensive back right here, dude. And both these guys that are paying attention to where he's going and what's going on. As they start to give ground. Obviously, Xavier Worthy over here on this side, safety's given depth, but it does lead to a lot of attention being on these people right here, this being Travis Kelce, and then considering where the ball goes, and there's nobody around. A lot of people around Kelce back here. Positive play for the Chiefs, and at this point, I think that's all that Travis Kelce cares about. All right, here's another throw. And when I watch the game and I ever say somebody doesn't look sharp or Mahomes doesn't look sharp today, these are the types of plays I'm talking about for me personally. And again, this is holding him to a different standard. And I think that context needs to just kind of be understood when we talk about throws, but it's not above, throwing to the back shoulder or wrong shoulder of a player that breaks his momentum. So right here at 2nd and 8, throws it to Rashee, just kind of has to turn back a little bit to the inside, turn. He ends up getting tackled short. And then on the third down, the Chiefs do not get a first down on the next play. Ends up being kind of a rush play to Samaje Perine right there. But when you watch this play at all the different angles, again, it's 2nd 8. The Chiefs end up getting a field goal on this drive. But the way that he has to turn back to the inside breaks his momentum just enough that I felt like if he throws the ball to the outside and he keeps his momentum, he might be able to turn the corner and create that few inches of space that's needed. Again, that's just kind of that margin of error. Maybe you're supposed to throw it inside if there's an outside defender shaded. I don't know. Those are the things that maybe I'm wrong on. But and watching it and just seeing that he broke stride and he got tackled just short, you connect those things and the fact that the Chiefs, I'll just play it for the next one who can remember this play. They end up getting stuffed here, don't get the first down on a pretty slow developing play. That looked very much like the 4th down in terms of slow developing that the Falcons used at the end of the game. But yeah, end up with a field goal. Chiefs end up winning, but if we're going to be super picky about things, that right there breaking his stride, maybe it made that difference. I think Rashee Rice could have done something different to get that first down. Obviously, hindsight's 2020, but those are the things that kind of stack on top of each other of how we got to where we are at the end of the game. So he jumped ahead a little bit to the Chiefs' second and final touchdown in this game. It's the touchdown to Juju Smith-Schuster on a little mesh, little over route. And I mentioned earlier that Justin Watson and Sky Moore had one earlier where he got in there and made a key block. And I always pay attention to those types of things. The role players doing their jobs, help them win championships, help them win football games like they did here. I talked about Justin Watson's key 3rd down catch that extended the Chiefs' first drive that resulted in a touchdown. And right here on this key 3rd down, again, the ball goes to Juju, but you can watch Justin Watson go in motion and you can watch how him executing his route perfectly from timing, from the spacing, all of it together allowed this play to be successful. Juju gets the credit in the box score and all the fantasy, but Justin Watson does exactly what he's supposed to, hesitates, doesn't make contact, doesn't break any of the rules, but Andy Reid, these guys know the rules. They practice this stuff to execute it perfectly, and this is exactly what it looks like. So Justin Watson might not light up the scoreboard, but he does the things to help you win. Sorry, this is going to be very confusing for you, but we just watched the touchdown to Juju. This was the player earlier in the drive that I was mentioning of Sky Moore. Because I watched this live and I actually just tweeted out Sky Moore because it surprised me he was on the field. He's not getting a ton of snaps. So when he's on there in a key moment, which this was on a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and short at what ultimately became the touchdown drive, Sky Moore is on the field wondering why would they bring him in a 3rd and short unless it's a special route, special package. Didn't know if there were any injuries, hadn't seen anything like that. So it just caught my attention. And then when you see the play develop and you see what he does to get to the inside shoulder of the defensive back to cut him off, that allows Carson Steele to pick up this first down. You can understand why he's on the field because they trust him in that moment to block exactly the way that he's supposed to. Again, this is not a highlight reel. I'm not trying to make any bigger thing other than he's executing his job perfectly. So it's not always lighting up scoreboard and those types of things that he attacks the correct shoulder. If he doesn't do this correctly, doesn't do it the way that the blocking assignment tells him to do it, he might push him down right into Carson Steele, wash him out, and the play blows up in the backfield. So again, him fighting and getting to the correct shoulder to get his body between them allows Carson Steele to squeeze right through there. Beautiful. Love paying attention to those kinds of things. Intentional or not, it worked. This is just a very aesthetically pleasing throw. Patrick Mahomes to Rashee Rice. I believe this is the biggest play of the game. Oh, beautiful. Chiefs only had one play in this game over 17 yards. All right, we're going to jump ahead to the Chiefs defense on that drive after the Juju touchdown. Chiefs take the lead. And this is where this first player right here, you can see 27 on the left side. He comes in, makes a great tackle. This whole sequence we're going to watch through, but sticks his nose right in there. And that's what you have to do if you want to play defensive back for Steve Spagnuolo. But great to see Shamari Connor, who continues to make flash plays and plays just like that one right there. But Steve Spagnuolo sent in the house. You see cross splits up the middle, Tranquil, get the shot on Kirk Cousins. All those were deep routes. Kirk Cousins had no shot. There was nobody open. That was going to be a long developing play. They needed time, and they were not going to get it on this play. But you could see Nick Bolton occupy the center and Drew Tranquil is able to disguise that blitz well, get a free rush. Bijan doesn't have time to get over there. We'll watch that one more time. As Bijan, after taking the play action pass, tries to come around and make the block. Just great design, great job to get pressure, and then Spags hits the button again. Saw a lot of memes about when things go wrong. Spags just hit the send everybody button all the time. But yeah, here comes Jalen Watson on a free rush. Edge beats his guy. There's pressure coming from absolutely everywhere, even without how the play was designed, which was Jalen Watson coming on a quarter blitz off the other side. But Turk Wharton, said this before, between Leo Chanel and Turk Wharton, those are the two biggest surprises for the Chiefs defense so far this year. Those guys have been nothing short of awesome. The reason the Chiefs are where they are right now. Obviously, stars have to make plays. Chris Jones at times will prove to be the best player on the field. But Chris Jones can't do it all by himself. And these other guys are not only making cases to be talked about, but to be 3-0 and to make plays about being one of the top teams, if not the top team in the AFC again this year with this group of Chiefs players. All right, this is the momentum shift that I talked about on 10 things. That again, Falcons go down, they get a field goal, they get it to within 5. It's 22-17 at this point in the fourth quarter. Chiefs get a third down. They're on the verge of going 3 and out. As we run this play, it goes to Travis Kelce, and then Jesse Bates just made the type of play that an all-pro safety makes. Knocks the ball out of his hands. Crowd is going crazy again on the road. 2-time defending Super Bowl champions, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Those are the guys you beat on this play to give your offense a chance to get back into this game. Again, we'll watch it from the other angle. This is where all the momentum, if you believe in momentum, no, Andy Reid, Mike Frazier, his statistical analysis coordinator, don't believe in momentum. But this is the play of the game right here in my mind. 5 points, snaps it over his head, uses every bit of that 32-inch vertical. I looked it up. NFL Scouting Combine, Matt Ariza, 5th highest vertical for a punter since 2010, I believe. Could have resulted in a much bigger play if the runner wasn't down. But again, haven't seen this much out of James Winchester throughout his career. But Matt Ariza making an absolute phenomenal play to catch that ball and give the Chiefs a chance. He snaps that, bobbles it in any kind of way. It's a completely different game as the Chiefs defense stepped up, was ready to play. All right, here's one of the defensive sequences that decided this game. Chiefs send the house, putting guys on an island. Cook does get there early. Kyle Pitts isn't able to hang on, makes contact with him, grabs his arm. Very easily could have been called a penalty. That's called against the Chiefs. Most Chiefs fans shouldn't. All Chiefs fans shouldn't. Most Chiefs fans wouldn't say anything, even on a play like that. But it's third down, on fourth down again, sending the absolute house, cover 0. All the DBs are on an island and they know it. Send the house, go make a play. He is going to force quarterbacks to stand in there under pressure and deliver a very accurate throw, one-on-one situation. That is trusting the guys up front, trusting the guys on the back end. That's what it takes. All right. Second biggest play in the game next to Matt Ariza, showing his bunnies and hopping up, catching the pass. Saying that jokingly, but Nick Bolton slicing through the defense, making a game-winning play on fourth down for the Chiefs defense. Great play by Bolton to get back in there. Great job by Leo Chanel. You watch 54 right here. Shoving his right tackle deep in to the backfield, at least 2 yards, giving Nick Bolton the chance and the angle to make this play. You can keep watching it over and over and over again. Leo Chanel does his job. The other guys up front doing their job. Mike Pennell doing his job. Jalen Watson, Brian Cook doing their job. Just a beautiful play to watch. It is super annoying, though, on social media when you credit Leo Chanel and everybody comes out of the woodwork saying, why are you hating on Nick Bolton? It has become such a thing that nuanced discussion cannot happen. Please don't be those people. But they all made a great play there to help the Chiefs win, and that's all that really matters. But we'll continue to do videos like this here at KCSN. We appreciate everybody for hanging out. Let me know in the comments if you like it. We'll try to keep them a little bit shorter, but it's fun when they win games. It's fun to go back through and see some of this stuff with you guys. If I said something incredibly stupid, I don't have to ask you to let me know what it is because I know you already do that. Internet's good at that. So appreciate everybody for hanging out. Hit the like and subscribe if you like the content, and we'll see you next time. See you.